What's up, YouTube? I wanted to make a quick video on how to breed and how to care for electric blue Acaras. This video is basically just going to talk about them spawning, and as you can see right here, this is a male electric blue Acara, and he is guarding eggs. I have no idea how many eggs are on that rock right there, but you can see he's fiercely guarding it. If the female gets close, he even kind of fights with her. She was guarding it too. I think they switched because it was weird, because at first he was guarding them. These eggs are about, I think this is the second or third day, can't remember, but they take turns, because I saw at one point the female was guarding them, but the male is right now, and he spent most of the time guarding them. I want to guess how many eggs are on there. My guess is probably more than 100, less than 200 though. But you can see they laid them on that rock. Electric blue Acaras and most cichlids like to lay their eggs on flat rocks or flat surfaces, so that's why I placed the rocks in here. What's crazy is I had a community gallon, 30-gallon tank of community fish, and I had 6 small electric blue Acaras in there. I got 6 baby electric blue Acaras for only $10, which is a really good price, which is kind of why I got them. But once they reach about 2.5 inches, that's about the size you can start breeding them. I read online, and most people said usually they don't start until about 4, but they reach maturity at about 2.5. But I tried it at 2.5, and I got lucky. As a matter of fact, I got very lucky, because only a day after I took these fish from being in a 30-gallon tank for a couple months and threw them down here, they looked like they were kind of in shock when I first threw them in here. They sort of weren't acting right. They were kind of scared. But the very next day, I saw them cleaning off the rock, and they laid eggs. So that's great. This is only a 10-gallon tank right here. Most people recommend that you have a 55-gallon plus to breed electric blue Acaras, and that's not true at all. You don't need anywhere near that. Somebody told me that you can breed them in a 10, and that is indeed true, because this is only a 10-gallon tank right here, and it only took me a day. And I watched some YouTube videos, and most people said that it took their electric blue Acaras a couple weeks, sometimes even over a month, for them to actually lay eggs once they're paired up. But I don't know if my conditions in here are perfect or what, but just instantly, only a day later, which is crazy, they laid eggs, and you could see the male protecting them. I got lucky too, because it's hard to tell males from females when they're small, but now I could tell because of the colors. Once they kind of started breeding, or they're ready to lay the eggs and pair up, their colors change. But while they're in the tank upstairs, the male's face wasn't this dark, and the female wasn't as white. But I kind of felt like this one was a male. He was just, you could see a little bit of darkness on his scales compared to this one, which is a little bit lighter. Also, I was told that the males grow a lot faster, but the biggest of my electric blue Acaras was a female right here, and they were all the same size when I got them. And the second biggest was the male right here. And once again, you can see he's doing a great job of protecting the eggs. And even when I come close, he kind of goes after me. So what I'm telling you guys is that you can breed electric blue Acaras in a 10-gallon. When they're small. When they're bigger, they probably need more room. But this is nothing special. This is just a regular 10-gallon tank, just regular filter, regular heater. And if you would like to breed them, what I would recommend you do is they have to be about 2.5 inches. This is about the minimum size they can be. And you pair them up. You find a male, you find a female. The female is usually, you can see the difference right now. The male's got some darker scales, and his face gets very dark. compared to the females. The females turn kind of white when they're ready to breed, you can see. And the male gets like dark spots on his scales, a darker face, and his dorsal fin is just slightly longer. You can see the difference. The male on the left right now, the female on the left, male on the right. But other than that, that's about all you can do. Until they get bigger, you could tell the male's dorsal fin is significantly longer and the colors stand out a little bit more. But that's how you sex them, and you just pair them up in a tank, and they're actually pretty easy to breed. Just find a flat rock. This one here I think was a little too high and maybe not as flat, so they chose this rock right here. They felt comfortable. Just set up your tank so there's a few hiding spots, but they also got open room, and place a couple flat rocks in there, and hopefully you'll get lucky like me, and hopefully they lay the eggs. And the male's going to protect them, and the female, she's just kind of chilling. And they are eating. The male kind of doesn't eat unless the food gets really close to him, because he's mostly concerned about protecting the eggs. But they are eating. And in terms of temperature, I didn't do anything special. The temperature is at 76 degrees Fahrenheit. I didn't raise it, I didn't lower it. It's just 76. So if you're wondering what my temperature was, it's 76. I don't know, because my conditions must be like perfect, I guess, unless I just got lucky for them to breed only after a day. It should take a lot longer than that. Even for convicts, it should take at least a week of being in a brand new tank. But I woke up the next morning after I put them in here at night, and they started laying eggs, so that's pretty crazy. And I'm just feeding them regular food, regular tropical flakes, shrimp pellets, and I occasionally give them like bloodworms or brine shrimp. Yeah, tank size, you can breed them in a 10-gallon. Bigger is better. When they're smaller, 10-gallon is fine. And just make sure you got flat rocks, and they'll pair up, and the female is going to lay the eggs on the rocks. The male is going to fertilize them, and then he's going to protect them. And it takes a couple of days for the eggs to hatch, and then there'll be small fish kind of on the bottom. They're not going to be swimming around or eating quite yet, but once they do, or after a couple of days, they'll look like fish, tiny fish, and they'll start swimming around, and then that's when they're going to start eating, and that's usually about 2 or 3 days after they hatch is usually when you can feed them. And other than that, that's about it. You know how to tell the difference between a male and a female. You just pair them up. They're pretty easy to breed, actually, electric blue Acaras. That's why I thought I'd give it a try. And like I said, I don't know if I just got lucky or if my conditions were just great, but just make sure you got a good filter, clean water. Keep the temperature between, I would say, 75 and 82. Feed them good, and make sure you got some cover, I guess, like these plants here. Maybe that makes them feel comfortable. And make sure you got flat rocks, like this one right here, and they'll find a flat rock and they'll lay their eggs on. Alright, well, that's about it. So thanks for watching, and if you have any comments or questions, just leave them down below and I'll try to answer them. Thanks for watching.